All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do things just a touch different, okay? Uh, you just can't help but go anywhere and not talk about the things that are going on in the world right now. The impending doom, the impending apocalypse, WW3. Anywhere you go, doesn't matter what side of the aisle you stand on, you're just going to find that somehow coming into the conversation. It's going to sabotage anything that you're talking about. It's always going to come back to that. That's how it seems right now. um, I'll start off with saying this is just my opinion, and I have no idea what's going to happen. I know just as much as you guys do. I'm not going to pretend to uh, act in a way that, like, you know, says that I know more than the average viewer just because I put it on YouTube, which I think a lot of people do. Just because you have a platform doesn't actually mean that you know what the hell you're talking about. And I think that's the case with a lot of people. With that being said, let's talk about hypotheticals because that's what people love to do. So, three guns that I think are just going to be not good, but absolute hot trash if it comes to the end of days, okay? And I'm saying more end of days in the context of what's going on recently, WW3 kind of scenario. Um, Either way, let's jump into it. 22. 22, I hate it. I can't stand it. I think it's a terrible, terrible round. I think it's terrible for a lot of things that people use it for. I'm a big small game hunter, and I don't use 22. I don't own a 22. The only 22 I have is 223. Okay. I just don't have it. I don't see a point for rim fire. I get it. A lot of conversations are going to be had and arguments about it's great for training, it's great for this, it's great for that. Well, I think it's great for a lot of things that I have no use for, and I certainly don't think it has any place in the impending apocalypse. Anything you can do with 22, I think you can do much better with any other cartridge. Small game, I would prefer shotguns. Farther out, small game, more accurate shots. I'm going to choose an AR-15. That's just a broad overview. Never mind the ammunition is, at best, um, I don't know. I feel like there's no guarantees with rimfire as you can get, repeatability with center fire. Okay, 22 out of the way. I know that's going to upset a lot of people, but hold on, there's more. So any, I'm going to go ahead and say any bolt gun. All right. If you think that a bolt gun is going to have a place for you in the impending apocalypse, the doom, whatever you want to call it, I highly doubt that you would have any use, and if it would even be useful for you. Any decent, accurized bolt gun is going to be obnoxiously heavy because the heavier they are, the more accurate they're going to get, right? And the farther out they're going to be able to go. So if you're out of shape, that's out of the question because you can't carry a 15-pound gun, 10-pound gun, whatever. All right, the it being not semi-automatic, that's another thing for me that just absolutely, nope, not interested. The variety of calibers. I understand that these calibers can do a lot of things really, really well, but then you're going to talk about ammo shortages, and I've been around long enough to have already experienced certain ammo shortages. And before you go in and say that, oh, you can reload the stuff, well, you can't. You just can't, because it wasn't even too many years ago, uh, back when the Great Flu happened, that people that I know that were reloaders, and they were waiting for just such a situation. They couldn't find powders, they couldn't find primers, they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. So reloaders were just as up shit creek as anybody else when it came to finding ammunition. And when you put yourself into specialized ammunitions, whatever you might have, and I get it, there's a lot of popular ones: 308, 300 Win Mag, 270, 6.5 now I think is a viable uh, caliber to say it's popular enough to where you're going to find it. It's just not good enough for me to consider it as a end of days kind of rifle, right? That is not what I would want to be stuck with if that's what I had. Okay, so I think a bolt gun is just out the door. If you're going to say that bolt guns are great and you can reach out and do this and this, you're not hunting. And if that were the case, a Mosin would do the trick, wouldn't it? All right, gun number 3. I think I've pissed off the 22 caliber guys. I think I've pissed off the bolt gun guys. Now it's time to piss off the foreign weapons. And I'm just going to group that into one big clump, mostly talking about AKs. Okay, if you have an AK and that's your go-to war gun, I don't think it's going to be the best option. Better than the previous 2 that I've mentioned, but still not the best. As the war in Ukraine has kicked off, we've seen ammo prices go up and there's scarcity. It ebbs and flows, and I get it. But I do believe if you're an American in America and things go to crap, you're better off with an American cartridge and rifle. Okay, just for the accessibility of parts and ammunition. That's really kind of what it comes down to. I love AKs. I think they're fantastic, and I think they're great battle rifles. But in this particular case, I don't think it's going to be your best choice. So I would certainly not touch those. And as parts, you're talking about a world war, right? So getting parts across the oceans is going to be very, very difficult. And I'm guessing foreign gun parts are going to really dry up really, really quick. So that's why I'm saying that would be a poor choice. Not that the gun itself is. I think the entirety of choosing a foreign weapon versus a domestic weapon is what's going to be probably not the wisest. Okay, but still a fantastic gun. I don't have any bonuses like most people do, but if you think, I know there's going to be comments saying I'm absolutely wrong, but if there's another one that you think would be absolutely atrocious, like maybe lever guns, SMGs, pistols, whatever, your Springfield .40, whatever, let me know. I'm curious to find out what people are thinking. Number one, and I'm curious to find out if I forgot anything, or maybe there's something more worser than what I've just previously mentioned. So, hey, thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to be nice to people. All right, stay safe.